Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, here we
Here we
go.
go.
Oh, here we go.
Welcome back to the motherfucking podcast, guys.
Okay. Hi.
Sorry, we've been drinking.
We've been drinking and smoking, or I guess I'm the only one that smoked.
I've
That always
been
happens.
drinking.
Anyways, I'm Stephanie.
I'm Lacey.
And
This is Here We
Yeah.
Go. Today's guest, his name is Myles Hass, and I was actually just on his podcast. It's called the Strip Down Podcast. But I met him. How did this happen? I did a photo shoot with one of his friends, and he saw me through that and realized that I had a podcast as well. And I was actually his first female guest, and he's done like a ton of episodes. He does them every week. So yeah, he's been looking for a female guest to get the female perspective, because his podcast is very open about like sex and dating and fuckboy shit. And so he wanted a female perspective. And so when he found me, he was like, oh, this girl has a podcast too. Like, she's very open as well. And so that's kind of how it came to be. And I just really love his energy.
I do too.
I don't know what it is about him.
I knew you did this podcast. But I thought him, and then I've been calling him male stripper fuckboy because like that's what I'm logging him in my head for this episode. But I thought the episode that you did and then the male stripper were two totally different people. So
did you listen to that episode?
I listened to a little bit of it.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, have you listened to all the ones I've been on, which is like only a couple? So have you? No. It's like because I didn't, because I'm like, I know everything that you're saying, so like I talk to you every day, so there's not a lot of point for me to listen. But yeah, wait. So
Myles is a producer of his own show. It's called Magic Men, which is basically a male strip show. So
ladies, have you anyone out there been to one?
I want to experience this
so badly.
As much fun as I had at a female strip club, I would like to know what a male strip show is like, because there's not really men strip clubs.
No, there are.
Oh.
There's some in Denver, I'm pretty sure.
Oh. Well,
right?
I'll figure it out.
We should go. Should go.
But I even told him, I was like, for some reason, I don't know what this says about me, I would rather like see a female stripper than like a guy grinding up on me.
So I agree.
I just feel safer with a woman.
Right, me too. Well, I mean, it's not like I don't like trust how professional they could be, but no, I feel like if the guy was hot, I'd be like, okay, we'll see. Oh. But also, I don't know. I'm like, would this hurt?
I want to experience it so I can like maybe if I'm attracted to one of them.
I haven't gotten a lap dance from either.
You know, like I really want to like I fuck the shit out of someone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you used to see someone across the room and just I fuck them.
Wow, that didn't happen to you at Red Rocks at one time?
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful moment.
Damn, that would be a thing.
It's such like this. That energy is so like intense, but it's so like
eyes are
like a
intense.
mystery. Yeah,
eyes are intense.
Because I had like at Red Rocks, this was like 4 years ago. I had like a little face mask on, and I could see someone like down the way looking at me, and the whole show were just. And I'm also like fucked up, but I'm like looking at him the whole time, and he just like makes his way over there gradually. And so the last 20 minutes of the show, we start talking to each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, I don't know how I held that conversation.
I don't either, because I remember you that night.
There's a lot of stuff in my system.
Like, I remember looking over at Lacey, and she was like on somebody's back. Just
different night.
Oh, should have kept it with just the one night. So, okay. Anyway, I would like to do that too.
It's been a while.
Damn, I'm gonna. No. Anyway. Okay. So
yeah, back to this episode.
But okay. So originally, when you were saying to bring Myles on, I was all for it, and I because I thought he was like this fuckboy.
He was open about being.
About being a fuckboy, and I was like, okay, we're gonna make this like a whole episode where we can ask fuckboy questions from like dating this past year, blah blah blah. And then it turned into what happened?
I was just like, because I know him now. I've like been around him a couple times.
We're prepping for this episode.
I don't think he's a fuckboy.
And I was like, well, then what the fuck are we gonna talk about? Like, what do you mean? was like, okay, I guess, obviously we can ask them strip club questions, but I was like, we have to have something else. I was like, I thought the whole fuckboy thing was the thing. And then I was like, well, I guess let's play a game because I don't know him. He's a stranger to me. So let's play that we're
not really strangers
game.
Yeah.
And
so,
yeah.
I mean, we do talk about some fuckboy stuff, and I think
it ends up being a great mix of both. That was good.
Yeah, but at the second half of this episode, we end up playing We're Not Really Strangers, which I don't know if you've heard of that brand or that game, but like they're pretty big on like a lot of social media, like TikTok and Instagram, where they're like very like make you think type of statements. We're like, like very like going inward. And so they came out with this game, and it's like honestly pretty popular in Los Angeles, and I've never played it before, and it is a way to get to know someone on a deeper level. And so we kind of play that at the end of the episode, which we start getting deep. I'm a little disappointed in, like, I just wanted, like, juicier, like...
I mean, I came out with the hickey thing, so I tried. You're over here, like, talking about your dreams and aspirations. I'm like, okay, well, I got a hickey, so...
That's true.
You answered, you could have been, like, dirtier. You didn't come with this. You didn't come with the fire I needed you to come with tonight.
I fucked up.
Yeah. we'll play a round two. We'll like cross out some stuff and add some, juicier questions.
But yeah. Anyways, this is honestly a really fun episode.
It's a wild card episode.
It's a wild card episode because this is actually the first episode that we've never had like a list of questions. We kind of just
had script.
Yeah, we had a conversation to just like flow. So I really enjoyed it, and I just really enjoy him as a person. Like I feel so safe around him.
I do too.
Yeah, like I feel so comfortable. Like I really do want to hang out. I want to hang out with him.
Yeah, I would feel taken care of.
Oh my god, yeah.
So, we're just going to hop right in this episode, and if you make it into the end, there's might be a prize for you, so we'll see.
Without further ado.
Oh, here we go.
Now for a quick commercial break.
Oh my god.
We're going to be talking about Neft vodka. You've heard it once, you've heard it twice, you've heard it a couple of times.
We like this shit.
Yeah, but it's the holiday season, and I like to host. Like I really do.
You're a hoster.
Yeah. I am too. You are too. I mean, hosting low-key ain't cheap, but it's fine.
It's really not.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I'll pay for a good time.
Yeah, same. So as far as alcohol goes, I'm bringing Neft with me.
Yeah, I mean, it comes in a barrel. Like it's cute. You
I love a good liquor.
Yeah, and it's just like at the table, you're just like, what the fuck is that? I don't know. I haven't seen really anything. I haven't seen a vodka in a barrel yet, and that's kind of what got me on it.
That's a world competition winning vodka right there.
Oh yeah, it was in like 2018, 2019 or something. We've like memorized it, what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe I can spice my eggnog.
Is that what you put in there?
I don't know.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. I like that I can drink it straight. I don't really go for vodka. I don't really go for much, but I can drink it straight and or I can mix it with something and it's not a big deal. I'm not a little bitch about it, and I always prefer that. So yeah.
Well, that's Neft. We'll leave their info down below if you would like to check them out.
And bye.
Back to the show. Welcome back, guys. Whoa. Yeah. Don't bother me.
Okay, guys. Hi. I don't know.
Okay, today we have Myles on, who I guess I've known you for a month or two now.
A month or two, yeah.
Yeah. And how did we get connected? I did a photo shoot with your friend.
Yep.
And then you reached out. Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, Max, photographer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was just actually on the Strip Down podcast, which is Miles's podcast.
Yeah.
And we talked all about friends with benefits,
Yep.
which is something like I was like, should I talk about this? And the way it came out, I'm actually like really proud of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
cute.
really,
It's a
I'm
good
really
one.
happy with that episode too, like the way it turned. The response has been great. We've been getting all kinds of DMs, how people can relate to you just so much with your story and your approach and your perspective on that entire thing. So
Is friends with benefits common?
I mean, situationships are common.
It's more common than people want to admit. Situationships is basically
like hooking up,
friends with benefits gone wrong, and not.
Yeah.
like,
That's
not
what I was
done properly.
thinking. Yeah, and you would do it right.
Yeah,
Or did it? Do it?
Do it.
She definitely did it.
Did it? Do it?
Before we like even had our episode, we met up and got coffee, which is something I've never done with someone that I'm going to be on their podcast or even have on our podcast. So I really appreciated that. And we just start talking. You're like, hold up, we could do so many episodes together. I just like literally spilled my guts and I was like, this is where I'm at with him. This is what's going on here.
Cute. Wait, so you've been on like a couple podcasts now, though, right?
I know.
And this was the first time you met up with someone prior?
Yeah.
Oh.
So wait,
we should probably do that.
Other people's podcasts, did you know them personally beforehand?
Not really. No, I think one of the recent ones that I was on, I had met him at a party. So I guess that kind of was like, but it wasn't with the intention of, hey, be on my podcast. That question kind of came after the fact, like on social media. He was just like, hey, you're dope. Come be on my podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Connor and Kelly's was just like random, right?
Oh, yeah. That was so random. Anyways.
Yeah, anyway. Okay, but Myles, tell our listeners about you. What's up?
Where do we start? I mean,
Who are you?
What do you do?
what y'all want to know? Well, I am Myles Hass, aka Magic Myles, aka the host and producer of a show called Magic Men Live. That's what I'm most known for.
Okay.
It's a concert tour that's traveled all over the country and performed sold out shows for like thousands of women. It's just basically a ladies' night concert. So
male strippers?
I'm sure y'all can connect the dots at this point. Male strippers. But yeah, that's basically what I've done for like the last 10 plus years is that.
How did you get into that?
So here we go. Here we go. My uncle actually started a business back in 1989.
What?
Yeah.
He started the business or a business?
Well, an adult party entertainment business.
Wow.
So it was basically if you needed to have male or female entertainers for your party, like a bachelor party, bachelorette party, birthday, whatever it was, he was the guy to call. And he like did that for 25 plus years and really like professionalized that industry, like that adult part, like that private party industry.
Wow.
And then at one point
in LA though?
No, this was back in Michigan.
Okay.
Where I was born and raised in Detroit. And then he had a male review show at one point as well, but it was just like a local thing. He didn't really take it national at all.
Okay.
So I started working for him as an office manager when I was 18 years old.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Was this your first job?
Not my first job, but like when I turned 18, I was telling my dad, I was like, I wanted to find some side gig or something to do while I was going to college. And I had this thought of like being a bartender. I was like, that's like the first thing that comes to mind. Make good tips, it'll be a good like weekend gig, whatever. And my dad hated the idea. He was like, hell no, I do not want you in the bar scene or the nightlife scene. I don't want you around alcohol and that world.
Yeah.
I got a better idea. I'm gonna call up my brother and have you work for a stripper company instead.
He's like, I got a better idea.
I was like, I'm not gonna argue with you on that one. So that's kind of where it all started. Is that
Damn.
He took me in. I was working just basically as an office manager, helping like, book shows, coordinate people's schedules and all that. And then I did that for a couple years before he like literally was just done with the business. He'd been in it for 25 years and he was like, I'm done. And I was like, okay, well, what I learned from his business though is like, okay, this could be done like in a much more kind of classier way. And so then I started my own adult party entertainment agency.
Okay, so it's not an extension of your uncle's, it's your own.
No, it was my own. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So and then I basically literally built that out of my parents' house, out of my bedroom of my parents' house.
Wow.
So the shows started at your parents' house.
Basically, yeah.
Wait. So you would... Okay.
And how old were you when you started this?
I was 20 years old. 21, 20.
And so people are...
They would come to your parents' house.
No, they didn't come to my parents.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
No. I was... it was an online... So basically, you come to the website, you reserve a male entertainer, female entertainer. It was all like... The office was the parents' house.
Okay. I was like,
Quote, unquote.
these like shows were at your parents'
No. So everything there wasn't a location for it. You would hire a guy, they'd go to you. So you didn't need a location.
Oh,
like that.
yeah. So you just started off like booking. Like it was like you can book a person or like a couple for your own party.
Exactly.
And now it's turned into like a whole tour production.
Correct.
I feel like I can never find a male stripper.
Have you ever tried?
Yeah.
Well, I live in Arkansas, so I didn't want to look.
Arkansas, it's going to be rough.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We went to our first strip club a month ago, right?
Yeah.
What an experience.
I mean, okay, so no offense at all, but like I just don't know. I've never experienced, so I don't really know how I'd feel, but like I think I would rather get a lap dance from a girl stripper than a male stripper for some reason.
Yeah, it's very hit or miss
know.
in the industry. I'll be honest with you. And I mean, I'm like very kind of aware of like why women would feel that way. It's a little cheesy at times, a little like...
It's like a little aggressive. I'm like, abs are like it's rolling in my face right now.
And I've seen that, and I'm just like, okay, I understand why there's a stigma around this industry. It's just like it's always been done like kind of cheesy and a little
But, but I will say, we are gonna be at one of your shows when they're back. If you're coming through Los Angeles, and if you need someone like a volunteer or someone, like, or you like pick them on the stage or whatever the fuck. Well, gladly you can just pretend we don't know you. And you're like, oh, those two girls right there.
Well, now you just gave it away. So
we'll put a fake tiara and sash on you. Oh, that bachelorette.
Yeah,
she's getting married.
Oh, so you always pick like people that are like getting it.
Not always, but I tend to favor like the bachelorette or a birthday girl or somebody celebrating something. Or a grandma.
Okay.
I always pick
So the people that you guys like have and represent, do they have to go through like training or anything?
Now they do. I mean, yeah, it's evolved quite a bit since we first started.
Wow.
So I literally took them out of house parties and said, hey, I got this idea for a show, but it's going to require us to get together at least once a week to learn some choreography. And they looked at me like, what the fuck is choreography?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's like that. And it's like, what's the point of all this, Myles? Like, we're already doing pretty good at house parties. And I was just like, no, guys, you don't understand. And so that was a pain in the ass to like just...
Did you choreograph this?
No. That's the only thing that I don't do.
Okay.
It's like I do everything else, like in terms of like... producing the show, the music, the concepts, the actual lighting, everything that has to do with like the logistics of it and producing it. I'm involved with that. The choreography, I pass off to somebody else.
Yeah, okay. I feel like that in me. There's no way.
Yeah.
But so, do you work solely with men?
Now I do. Beforehand, though, I used to work a lot with the girls.
Okay.
I was taking them to bachelor parties like every single weekend. That was like the main thing that I did until I realized like, oh, dang, there's a big opportunity here with the guys. And the guys are a little bit
you would work with
easier to work with.
You would work with female strippers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did that for the longest time. That was like the main like money, like that was the main part of the business. The guys was just like on the side doing their own thing. We never really had to worry about them.
I feel like you can have a show with male strippers, but then if you had a female show, it would be like burlesque.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or like
it would be weird it'd be a different energy for
the showgirls, like the Vegas showgirls.
Yeah, it would have to be like a show. Otherwise it's just I can't think of this experience. Just on stage, just like a normal girl stripper and everyone just getting naked. I don't know.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the same.
It wouldn't be the same.
I'm envisioning a brothel.
Well, I mean, a little different, but yeah. But yeah, that's kind of like, okay. Anyway, well, damn.
But yeah, I feel like there was especially just a market, and you kind of saw that and ran with it.
Yeah, well, because women don't have anything like that's specifically like just for them, like in terms of like a show.
So true.
In this nature, right? And women in a way kind of get judged for wanting to or going to things like that, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like, and it's also a different type of kind of vibe when you go to a show like ours, or when women come to a show like ours. It's not, you guys are more going for like the entertainment aspect of it.
It's
like
a sexual
it's
thrill.
It's a girl, exactly. It's like a funny like thing, just moment to have with your girlfriends. Exactly. It's like you're not really going there to like get turned on or anything like that.
That's so different.
It's different than a female strip club, right?
Oh yeah, because like there are male strip clubs, right?
There are, but it's the same type of concept.
It's a show.
So
I guess a guy wouldn't be on the pole like spinning around like.
Yeah.
Do guys spin around on poles?
Well, in some, I guess they do. I don't know if that's like a main staple of a male strip club, but I've seen that
go to
before.
one for this experience?
Yes, we should.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely should.
You know, you might not know the answer to this, but we recently had a stripper on, and a female stripper, and I asked her, fuck. I was like, do you get wet on stage? Because I absolutely would. Like, when I like am being sexy, that naturally happens. So like, do any of the men get hard?
Do they get boners on stage?
Not
or like giving lap dances?
No, not really. Honestly, after a while, I mean, I'm sure it happens, but after probably when they first get started, I'm sure it happens more often than But then after a minute, it's just like
getting a lap dance, and then he's just like getting one, and you're like, what do I do?
It doesn't happen. Like it really, like when we're performing, like it's hard to explain. Like there's a switch you turn on, and then it's just it's true. Like acting. In a way. You know what I mean? You turn that switch on, and then you're performing, right?
Yeah.
So
I know. I just hear that guys get boners sometimes. I can't even help it. So I'm like.
He's a rookie. That man is a rookie. That's how you spot the rookies. Oh, he's new. Look at that. He's brand new. That one.
Getting a boner and spotting a rookie. Wow,
that's so funny. One of my friends, he's like, sometimes I just hug girls, and he's like, it just goes up.
Oh my god.
So I'm like, would you consider that a rookie?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, the simplest things. So.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if, you're dancing and you see a hot girl and she gets a lap dance, like, what would you do? Like, I guess rookie. I don't know.
I mean,
rookie shit.
If you're, like, they'd have to really be, like, your type and I don't know. I can't really picture it happening with any of the guys that have been doing it for, like, years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But with a new guy, I could see it happening easily.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's like an every night thing for us, you know what I mean? So it's just like
work.
It's a routine, and you're not really in
That's
that
what the
mode.
stripper said.
Right.
She was like, she's like, it's work. She doesn't look at it like anything else. And
right.
Yeah.
I mean, you're there to have fun, give them a thrill, like make it
it's a
exciting,
show. Yeah.
and put on a show. You know?
Yeah,
exactly. So it's all about just like getting a memorable moment out of that hour, 2 hours that they leave with. You know what I mean? So it's just like creating that. Oh my God, what the hell? I can't believe that happened. You know what I mean? Type reaction out of the audience.
Yeah. So let's talk about your podcast because you started it last year during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And it's called the Strip Down Podcast.
Yeah.
I think the photo is like a guy taking his shirt off or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you honestly ran with that. Mm-hmm. So what was your like initial like idea? Is ethos the right word, or like the vibe of the podcast when you started, or like your why, and what has that maybe transitioned into?
You know, it's funny, like the podcast is so similar to the show in a way, because it starts off as one thing and then it evolves, and like the why evolves over time. Like you don't really know what it's going to turn into, but then along the way, like you figure that out, and it just like presents itself to you.
Yeah.
You know, through the reactions of the people who are listening.
Yeah.
So like initially, like the concept was, giving you an all access behind the scenes, like being completely honest about everything that goes on in our lives, in our world, when it comes to relationships, dating, sex, the tour adventures, and all the crazy stories that we've had on the road, and being fully like transparent about it, like literally stripping down,
Yeah.
in that sense. And we literally didn't know what we were doing when we first started it, just like with the show. It's like we didn't know what we were doing. We're just like, okay, we're going to figure this out as we go, have fun with it. It was more like fan service, towards the people who have followed us for years. I mean, because we, like, over the years, we've built up a fan base of like over 2 million social media followers.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
it was more for them to give them the behind the scenes of like, this is what was happening when we were on this tour. This is what happened at that tour. This is one crazy thing that happened when we were in this city or that city. So it was more giving them that like behind the scenes look at first, and then obviously tying in how our lives are when it comes to relationships, dating, love and sex and whatnot.
Oh, wow.
And then as we started like touch on those subjects, we started to see like people relating to certain things and like just enjoying the way we presented certain things, like just being kind of just fully transparent about it. This is how fuckboys think.
Yeah.
We were those guys, trust me. Like we
Yeah.
know what's going on in
This
his
is why
head.
I thought. Okay, so originally this episode was gonna be about fuckboys, and I was gonna ask you questions that I've been needing to ask. And then Lacey was like, "But he's not really a fuckboy," and I was like, "Then what are we doing on this episode?"
I'm a reformed fuckboy.
Oh, claim it.
And then I was like, "Okay, well, let's just play a game. Like, let's just make this a random episode." So fuck, I could have asked. Damn it.
I mean, because
Go sit over there and dwell on that.
Just like, damn it. We'll bring you back on and I'll ask you all the questions I want to ask. I have to write them down.
Okay,
it's
gotcha.
a list. But anyways.
But yeah, that's kind of what it's turned into. It's like we're kind of just like the vibes that or the kind of comments that we've been getting about our podcast is like, you guys give us big bro vibes. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we're just very raw, real, like as if you're our little sister. It's not gonna be 100% sugar coated or anything like
Yeah.
that. We're just gonna tell you like it is and like the reality of the situation, because that's what you need to hear. It's not what you want to hear. It's what you need to know this. You know what I mean?
You've given me some hard truths where I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
Well, is your listening base primarily male or female?
Mostly female, but we do get more. We do have more male listeners than we've had fans of like the show.
Yeah.
And I think the men are learning from us as well, because like they see it kind of like, okay, these are guys who have had a ton of experience with women and they kind of understand them a little bit differently, instead of listening to these other guys about like how to go about getting girls and whatnot. These guys like have some real life experience like that I can see and relate to. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's a slightly different vibe, right?
Damn, okay.
Yeah, I mean, your podcast honestly blew up in a year, which is crazy. Yeah, when you told me, you're like, I do it well. Because you do weekly too, right?
Yeah.
And you post on YouTube. When you told me you had like 10,000 subscribers on YouTube,
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
We're like two-some.
we're like 250. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like all I do now. It's
Yeah.
24/7, and I've honestly like grown to love it. Like I'm obsessed with it. Like that's all I want to do.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Is it hard to do whenever you're on the road, or have you not experienced that yet?
No, not yet, because just after COVID, like this is all we've been doing.
Wow.
Right. And honestly, it's like, we were already on a hiatus when COVID happened. We were just doing residency shows here in Hollywood, actually. And we didn't really have any plans to go back on the road until we had built like something outside of the tour, for us to like basically to come home and work on and do while we're not on tour. Because tour life is intense and you can't do that all the time,
Yeah.
24/7. So the podcast has like been great, honestly. And I see that growing, and it actually like, builds a much deeper connection with the people listening than we've ever grown with like the fan base that we met on tour. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So there's like, when we do go back out on tour, whatever we end up doing, it's going to be with fans that actually like have a much stronger connection with us now.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
A
cute.
totally immersive experience. I've been really enjoying the word immersive recently for some reason.
Yes.
Immerse.
That's what we try to. That's how I used to describe the show. Is an immersive experience,
I mean,
because it's very
psychic.
interactive in a way.
Yeah. So do you have any plans on doing a residency back in Hollywood? Because I would love to experience that.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know about the timing yet. I haven't. This is what I told myself. Once the world goes back to 100% normal, then I'll start thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because even though things are like opening back up, it's like you can still tell there's a little bit of like hesitation or kind of discomfort with like people wanting to go out, and especially with like a show like ours. Our show is very interactive. Like the social distancing does not work with what we do.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just like okay, well, let's just wait and see how this all plays out, and then we'll start to think about it. So
What are the guys doing in the meantime?
well, everybody kind of has had like their other gigs outside of the show.
Okay.
So they're just like more focused on that.
Okay.
You know, so they just have been doing that. And I'm sure like once we do start the show back up again, you know, we're going to have to bring in some new guys and, you know, honestly, I want to redevelop the whole show, like give it a good hiatus and then like reinvent it completely from start to finish.
Okay.
So we're just gonna take our time with that.
Cute. Okay.
I want to know about your dating life.
My dating life?
Yeah.
Well,
How's it going? Drink to that.
well, honestly, I don't really have much of a dating life right now. When I'm in the mode that I'm in, like entrepreneur wise,
Yeah.
it's just I have no desire to like even pursue anybody or anything.
Do you have a friends with benefits right now?
No, not currently.
Do you have a fuck buddy?
I do have fuck buddies.
There's a difference.
What is the difference?
We talked about
All
this
right.
on our episode.
I'll let you explain the difference to Stephanie.
Well, this is what I thought about. I kind of just like made this up. So,
but it's true.
but it makes sense if you think about it. Like a friends with benefits, especially like the way we described it, is like somebody that you actually are friends with. That you have more than just a physical connection with. Like,
Oh, okay.
you like have this mental, emotional, and physical respect for them, and like you have that bond as well, right? Whereas like with a fuck buddy, it's just like you're both using each other just for a nut.
Yeah,
pretty
okay.
much, you know
Just
what
for
I
a
mean?
night.
So it's a little bit more surface level with just a fuck buddy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You guys aren't really like super tight or anything like that. It's just
Oh,
like,
that
hey, what are
makes
you doing?
sense.
I want to see you tonight. Okay.
How did you find this fuck buddy? How did she find you?
Yeah, she found me. Well, we ran into each other. I've known her for like a few years, but we never really knew each other.
Wow.
Like never, we just
Right.
knew of each other.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And then we ran into each other at an event, and then we exchanged info. And then one day she was visiting in town, and she was like, "Hey, I'm looking to do something. What's there to do?" I was like, I gave her some recommendations, and I actually went out with her that night just to kind of like accommodate, and then it turned into an all-night thing, and we ended up hooking up that night. And then months later, she's like, "I'm moving to LA." I'm like, "Oh shit, here we go," because she was just visiting at the time. And then so she lives here, and she just hits me up whenever.
Well, okay, so then after you have sex with a person that like, okay.
Here we go.
If they're just gonna be a fuck buddy, how's the next day go? And what makes you so okay? Actually, no, I have a question.
Yeah, go
okay,
ahead.
okay. Is it true that when men meet a woman or a girl, depending, do you put them? Do you put them in one of three boxes? One box being the dating box, one box being the friend, like we'll be friends, and then one box being like we're just gonna sleep together. Mentally,
When you meet them,
yeah, because like to
Like
me,
first
I'm
impression.
somebody
first
that thinks
impression,
that
everybody goes into the either I want to fuck you or I don't want to fuck
I
you.
don't. I'm not talking about first impressions. I'm talking about like kind of like more like something is established, like a vibe. Because I'm someone that kind of believes that if it doesn't really matter when a girl chooses to sleep with a guy because they've already put you in a like they'll either like if they want to date you could sleep with them that night or in 2 months from now, but if they're just going to sleep with you could withhold sex either immediately or not, and it doesn't matter because they're not gonna like it doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying?
I 100% hear what you're saying, but I feel like it does take a guy time to like realize if you go into the I'm gonna date you box. He's not gonna know that right away. He might think he knows that based off of this like infatuation that he might have.
Okay.
But he won't truly know that until like he's really gotten to know you. And sometimes like like this happened to me. I met a girl that literally was just when I first met her, I was like, oh, she's really cute or she's attractive, and she hit me up about like wanting to hang out. Like I could tell she just like wanted just to hook up, and we ended up hooking up. And then like the next morning we go out to breakfast. We're like hanging out and just getting to know each other a little bit. And then it's just like, oh wow, I really vibe with you. Like we have a lot of common interests, and we think very similarly. And then over time, like we were just like literally friends with benefits at that point. And then over time, it's just like, wow, we really do fuck with each other. Like I could see myself with you. So it's like initially I would have put her in the just friends with benefits box, but then like months later I was like, nah, girl, I want to lock you down.
Oh,
like,
wow. I haven't found it to be really common that you can be, those boxes are interchangeable. Like you can jump between boxes.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I knew it was possible to jump between, but like there's like just in all my experience, like for example, my ex and I went on a blind date basically, and it was going terribly. So I was like, I don't really need to see you again so we can sleep together. And then we ended up getting engaged. So it was like we slept together on the first date leads to us almost, like being engaged and all that stuff. But then also like there's situations where it's like, I don't know, like people are like, you shouldn't sleep with them on the first date because this and this. I'm like, I don't think it fucking matters.
Well, we should ask his perspective.
But it's kind of like what I am doing.
Oh my God.
I mean, it could go either way. Honestly, it's whether or not they actually fuck with you as a human or not.
Right.
Like it's not going
But
to,
you don't think it matters or not? Like if you sleep with if the girl sleeps with you on the first date, do you think that would make you not date her?
I could see how that could be true for some guys who might judge you for that.
Okay, so that's
and
kind of
they might be insecure about the fact that if she did it with me, then maybe she's done this with other guys, and I don't want to.
So
be
that's
with
the thing
that kind
that
of girl.
okay.
So that if they have that sort of like insecurity about them, then of course, but it's like the same way you might think about it with a guy. If a guy is gonna go after you and really try to pursue sex with you the first time you meet him, you're gonna have an impression about him that
it's so true
that is like different than if he was respectful and about that.
But okay, yes, I agree with this. But if the vibe is there,
right,
and the energy is there, and you both are just like wanting to do it, like
just do it,
just do it. Okay. So I know it's all depending, but
I just had an experience recently where I'm like, oh, this guy just wants to fuck me, like, and that's it.
Yeah.
And there's no vibe between you guys.
I thought
so. He gets put in the.
We wrong on that,
but never mind.
So he gets put in the fuckboy box.
Yes, absolutely.
Or are you the fuck girl?
I didn't want to just fuck,
but maybe he wanted to sleep with you and date you.
What made you say that he just wants to fuck?
Yeah, what?
There's something that makes you say that, though, right?
Right. I mean, I think like comments were typically just more sex oriented.
Oh, okay.
It was at a party. It wasn't. He's made no effort to see me one-on-one.
Okay.
And it was at a party.
Did you guys end up hooking up?
No.
Okay.
I was like, I don't really.
We made out.
I mean, I was like, I'm not really trying to have sex at a party, but hot. But I was like, I'm not in that headspace to do this with you right now.
So
having sex at a party is hot if you've already had sex before. I feel like
that's true.
Like
that's
with
true.
them,
Yeah.
I don't know about like the first time.
Not
That's
with
a
a
whole other
stranger.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he didn't try to pursue you outside of that.
No.
So then he's a fuckboy.
Yeah. Yes.
100%.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I'm like so happy I said no, because I was like, I called Stephanie and I was like, I gotta tell you, I'm still processing this.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, so I've been dating a lot since I became single last year. And I've found that there is a vast fucking difference in boys and men. Like when it comes to dating.
Oh yeah.
No way.
I know that that's like duh, but like truly and genuinely like such a fucking difference. And the biggest thing of that is communication.
Yeah.
And I've just found that, I don't know, I just like, I just don't get why, even if you are a fuckboy or a fuck girl, why after, this has not happened to me, by the way, what I'm saying, it actually happened to my friend that I'm staying with here. Like,
oh.
Yeah, so she got really upset because, she slept with a guy and they didn't want to. They knew that they weren't going to date each other. But she was just upset because he couldn't even check in after. Like the next day, he's like, did you make it home okay? Or like, hey, like, is that even that bit of communication? Like, is that just like a no? You don't communicate with the girl after you have sex?
No, I don't think that's like something that you're not like.
I mean, is that? But does that mean like, if I text her, then and even to
no, that's
check?
weird.
No, I'm like, that's rude, right?
That's human decency.
Exactly.
That's what I said. That's just being
like,
a nice person.
That's why I was like, you're okay. It's okay if you get mad about this because that means that's not a good person move. Like that's not a fuckboy. That's just like him not being a good person.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a piece of shit.
A little brain dead about it.
I mean, you still want to be a gentleman, like even with fuck buddies, like like let me accommodate in whatever way I can. I'm not gonna like, it's not gonna be over the top or anything like that, but it's still gonna be like
something
courteous and just common courtesy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm like checking myself. I'm like, do I check in? I was like, I don't think I do.
Have I done? I'm like, have I done like fuck girl stuff this year?
That's what I was literally just being like, shit.
I think we all have like fuckboy / fuck girl tendencies, especially like when you're in a kind of like a I don't give a fuck type mindset. When you go through something and you're just like, I don't want to deal with the emotion part of anything. So we're just gonna stick to the surface level side of things.
Yeah, it's easier.
Mine is not even really that. It's like if we end up sleeping together and you're bad at it, I'm out. Like that's literally it. Like I stopped talking to a dude because and we talked for like a month before sleeping together, and then we finally did, and I was like, no, like I can't do this. I'm not here to teach you anything. And but also it was because oh God, he never hears this. Also it's because he talked about basketball a lot.
Oh, well, you should have figured that out before you slept with her. That's on you, girl.
Yeah.
That's on you, girl. That's totally on you.
I didn't know that those.
I have a question.
This has turned into the fuckboy episode. Love that. Yay.
Have you ever like performed during sex?
Performed? I perform every time during
sex.
What do
you mean?
What am I supposed to do?
Okay, no, but like,
like
sex is like this like natural flow state, and it's.
I know what she's asking.
And it's just like this, you follow your body and your instincts.
I
and
see.
Like.
So you're asking if I fake it or not.
Yeah, have you ever like put on a show for a woman? Because.
Wait, why would you?
I mean, okay.
I don't know, but I have experienced
Why don't
that.
you say a little bit about your experience?
I think like some performance ain't bad, just to kind of like make the other person comfortable and kind of keep the vibe.
I could put on a little show.
Yeah, I mean, just to kind of like keep the vibe where everybody's having fun.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's like if I
experimental.
if I sense a little bit of like like you're need to relax a little bit, then it's like a little performance can help put us in that mind space that's gonna we're both on the same wavelength now. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think it's necessarily bad, and I have definitely
but too much is too much.
Yeah,
like the and the too much, it's like too much sometimes.
I'm not gonna say too much about this.
Okay, because it might be a little specific.
Fuck.
I mean, I think it goes both ways, believe it or not. But I'm sure I'm sure women perform more often than men do.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Because it's just like these guys.
Yeah. Two examples
to get through it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
2 examples. My friend actually has had a woman be on top of him, and he was like, ugh, because she was like trying to flip her hair in slow motion, and
that's too much.
And he was like, I literally felt like she was just fucking herself. And so I've had an experience where like a guy, like we weren't having sex. Intercourse. And he was on top
intercourse.
He was on top of me and like thrusting me like every beat, and with every like thrust he would like purposefully let out a moan or a grunt, but it wasn't like a natural grunt. It was like a
it's fine to do that 1 or 2 times, but if it's a lot,
and it was like excessive to where I was like,
It's not natural.
It wasn't natural. And I was like, are you performing right now? Because I was like, I didn't buy tickets to this show.
Oh, damn. That was cute.
Where's the refund? I need a refund on
I was
these
like,
tickets.
wait.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because I have really just come into this, like, just flow state with sex.
Yeah.
And that was just so unnatural.
Yeah, I think that's the way it should be. But I think, like, when when you're new with somebody, it takes a little bit of time
That's
to get
true.
comfortable
Right.
enough to get to that place, right?
Right.
Yeah,
I
that
just
was the
said-
first. Oh, okay. Well, I'll give him grace. It was the first
Yeah,
experience.
you got to give us guys a pass on the first.
Okay.
Like, you get a
Okay.
little bit of, a little bit of
Okay.
wiggle room there. But I think that goes both ways. Like, both parties have to
Definitely.
be 100% comfortable, and it's hard to get that on the first time y'all hooking up. Y'all are thinking
Right.
way too much.
There's
Okay,
so
yeah.
many times that, like, I'll sleep with someone or hook up with them the first time, and then the next day I'm, like, cringing. I'm like, what did I do? Like, or, like, what did they do? Like, it's just, like,
Yeah.
weird. A lot. I'm even thinking of times right now, I'm like, fuck. Like, it's
Want to
just
make
weird.
out.
It's just weird. Yeah.
How have you responded to, like, women saying no to you sometimes when it's, like, really heated?
Heated?
Like,
Oh, for me,
yeah.
no is no problem.
Yeah.
Like, literally, it's all hands off deck at that point.
Yeah.
And it's just like, because here's the way I think about it. I'm not going to be into it unless, like, you're into it as much as
Right.
I'm into it. Like, you want me as much as I want you. When you that, like, turns me on.
That's what my
right?
best friend says.
When you don't, like, when you're saying no, then I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay, I back off. We're going
Yeah,
back
yeah.
to chill mode.
Would
right?
would it not be like a psychological problem if someone said no and that made you want it more in sex?
Yeah, that is kind of fuck.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, that
honestly,
would
that's
mean-
weird as fuck.
Yeah, like
That's-
that.
Oh, I forgot about that person giving me options.
Well, here's the thing. I think
What?
I think sometimes, because here's the caveat to this. When I say no, or when they say no, and then I'm like totally backed off, then they're like, wait.
That's what I was gonna ask.
They're like, wait a minute.
Right, let me tease you.
and
Yeah.
then-
No, wait. I didn't. They didn't really mean it like that. Like, I'm like, well, if you say those words, that's what's gonna happen.
What do you
Right.
do in that moment? You're just like, no.
Then it's on you to initiate.
Oh, okay.
It's 100% on you at that point.
Okay.
And then I'm just like backing off. No. I'm saying no.
I don't want it
So it's like, if
anymore.
you're gonna play that game,
Yeah.
you gotta realize that I'm gonna take you, like, at your word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, like, for me, I'm not really into, you as much if you're not, like, in the moment with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it takes away from the
Yeah.
present moment. Like, sex needs to be present.
Right.
Like, that's what makes it amazing.
Yeah.
Do you find that? Okay, wait. How old are you?
32.
Okay, so do you know men in their 40s that have still not been in a serious relationship,
Mm,
or that it's hard for them to be in one? Man babies,
man, babies.
Big
man
mans.
children.
You definitely have a story. about this. Let me think. Not any that I'm like. I can't think of any that I'm close with or anything like that.
Okay.
No.
I just always wondered if that's like a running issue now with today's society or something. Because
Honestly, out here, I feel like men don't, like, people,
Don't
men,
commit.
men are like 37, 38, like, single, dating, like, they're going to be well in their 40s before they,
that's
like,
what I
settle
was
down.
like wondering. Because I mean, I just feel like now, like, especially here in LA, and I know in Denver, like, men in their 40s being single, and
It's no problem.
it's like they're 25.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it just depends on the individual, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I've thought about that. It's like, it could go either way for me. It's
Yeah.
just like, I'm not going to force anything. It's just it's either going to happen or it's not. I'm not like
Yeah.
out there like I have to.
Well,
Find
what's the longest
somebody.
relationship you've been in?
Not very long. I'm not much. I'll be honest with you, because I've been on this whole entrepreneur thing since I was like straight out of like high school.
18, yeah.
Yeah. So like and that has always kind of been 100% of my life, my world, and everything. So, and then again, with what I do, made it a little bit more difficult to have that.
Okay, okay.
So, and then touring on top of that. So I'm just dealing with like.
So there, with all the stuff that you do and like how busy you are and then the lifestyle, you've never met a girl that can either A, keep up with that, or two, stood out enough to make you want to like rework that?
No, I actually did meet a girl. That it's not what she wanted, but she was like somebody that I looked at like, oh damn, like you're my person.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I wanted her to be my person, but she was like, this just, I can't deal with that lifestyle
Wow.
that you, and yeah.
Wow,
So
okay.
it's happened, but then I just kind of came to terms with the fact that, okay, this is kind of what I signed up for, and I just have to accept that. But like also knowing in the back of my head that like my day will come, you know what I mean, when the time is right, when I'm not on the road so much, I'm not so heavily like hands-on with what I'm doing. Like I'm on stage during shows, I'm emceeing the show. So
Oh yeah.
right, so it's like I understand like why somebody might have a difficult time, you know, being with somebody like that, the insecurities that might come with that. I totally get it. Like plenty of guys on our show have had girlfriends and they've dealt with those types of issues as well. And they're the guys like in the audience and stuff, like, you know, dancing on stage. So I get it, but either way, I've kind of just like mentally come to a place where I'm like, fine, either way. Just being content, you know, either way. Finding like happiness through other types of relationships and
Okay.
you know what I mean?
What's your astrology sign?
I was just about to ask that.
We're not talking about no
No,
astrology
come
signs.
on.
We're talking about astrology signs.
No, I just wanna
Now y'all gotta judge the shit out
just
of me.
wanna know.
Are you a Gemini or something?
No, Sagittarius.
I want y'all to guess.
Sagittarius.
Because,
That's what I was gonna guess.
the fact that y'all both guessed wrong means it's all bullshit.
Well, it just means we might not know that much about Sagittarius.
Because now, once I say what it is, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I knew it because of this, that, and the
Aries.
other thing." Nope.
Fuck it. I don't know.
No, Aquarius.
Wow.
Oh, fuck, I don't know.
I'm a Pisces.
Me too!
Let's go, Pisces gang.
Wait, we should have guessed that because you are so open with your feelings.
Damn it.
Now I am. I feel like I evolved to be like this.
When's your birthday?
March 14th.
Okay, mine's March 10th.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Do you know your
damn.
Enneagram number?
No.
Fuck.
Actually,
But-
I just watched that, or I listened to that episode.
Yeah.
I don't.
I feel like
I
it'd
was
be
so
a 3.
confused
I
by
feel
that
like you're a
episode.
3.
It was-
It's confusing if you don't know about it.
When I was listening to it at first, there was like 3 of them that I kind of related to.
Yeah.
What's number 3 again?
The Achiever.
Achiever, the Loyalist, and then there was
It's the Challenger,
No.
maybe. The
There was-
Enthusiast.
no
The Peacemaker.
Yes, partially that one,
Okay.
and then there was one other one actually.
The Helper.
I can see
Helper.
I can
Yeah.
see type 3.
There's a Perfectionist too.
To a degree, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just listening to that one actually on the way back from San Diego.
That one's confusing because it's like numbers and it's like.
Yeah. and-
Yeah. If you don't know about it, then it's like people are like, "What the fuck is happening?" So yeah, I can see that.
Fire.
Yeah. Fire. Well, damn. Okay.
Should we hop into this game?
Yeah. I mean, okay. So
Let's
we kind of
explain.
did both. We kind of did the fuckboy area of this episode, and then we brought you on to play a game.
Fuck girl questions for us.
Well, shit. I think I should have you guys back on the podcast.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
now we can get into the fuck girl questions.
I've dated so much this year. I'm not even gonna say the number. It's fine. I've dated a lot, so I have stories. So I would love to come back on. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about the rules of the game, or
Okay.
this game in general.
So I feel like honestly, I'd never really follow directions or rules, whether that comes to games or cooking. But we are wanting to play We're Not Really Strangers. That is like a pretty big company brand out in Los
Game.
Angeles right now. I feel like it's like pretty popular out here. They blew up on social media. Their messaging is great. But yeah, they came out with a card game and it has 3 levels. And basically this is a game that you play to get to know each other on a deeper level. So
we love talking
Yeah.
about stuff like this.
yeah, it's basically like deeper questions, which I really appreciate. In my last relationship, I had a similar game where we would ask questions. We ended up fighting because it was asking questions I was not ready to answer. Anyways, so we're kind of just like making our own rules. So basically, if there's a question that somebody doesn't want to answer or skip, you either drink or hit the joint.
I'm just gonna hit the joint the whole time though.
Hit a joint.
I mean, and I'm using a candle lighter, so
Y'all, I don't smoke like ever.
so I'm improvising. So yeah.
Wee.
Okay, but I mean, who goes first?
I don't fucking know.
So we
just
take,
pull.
we're the ones that the person that pulls is the one that answers it.
I don't.
Or
Okay,
do they,
pull a card.
They ask somebody
We're gonna
else?
figure it out.
Yeah, maybe we all answer the question.
What fast food restaurant do you think I'm most likely to drive through? What's my order? So am I asking you guys this, or am I?
You're asking us to answer.
Oh, so you're guessing on what?
Oh, on
yeah.
you.
Okay, so what fast food restaurant do you think I'm most likely to drive through, and
guess.
what's my order?
Okay. Should I go first?
Yeah.
In and out. And then I guess that like
stereotypical Cali answer.
I was gonna say Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box. Wrong.
Taco Bell.
Wrong.
I don't fucking know. KFC.
Wrong.
Sonic.
well, which one? Oh, do you say the right answer? Yeah.
So Wendy's actually has like been my go-to for like since I was a kid. Ever since they came out
The
with
Frosties?
with that spicy chicken. When that first came out, for whatever reason, I became addicted.
People ask me all the time because I've been vegan for almost 10 years, and they're like, if like someone held a gun to your head and they're like, you have to eat meat right now, like what would you do? And I was like, I would go to Wendy's. And they're like, Wendy's? Like you could have like you could pick like a nice meal, and I'm like, Wendy's. I
Dude,
don't know why.
Legit, like fast food is great.
I mean,
Like, I'm not gonna lie.
if they're gonna force me to do it and I have to do it one time, I'm gonna choose the shit like that. You know? Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I'm gonna choose from level 2. We're honestly just winging this. Who am I asking this? What's the most pain you've ever been in that wasn't physical? Do I answer?
That was
Or
No,
y'all
I think
That
answer?
can get deep.
Or maybe we can all
I mean,
answer.
I feel like a common answer to that would be like a heartbreak. Like your
Oh.
first heartbreak.
okay. Well, okay. I have another one.
What's your answer?
Okay, so I have a really small bladder, and I didn't know.
Is that physical?
That's physical.
But what? Okay, I guess it is. But the story,
Internal physical.
I thought, yeah, because like what I was saying is more like they had to fill. I guess
I'll let you have it.
No, it's good. Well, then I guess heartbreak.
It would absolutely have to be heartbreak.
Somebody taking the last of your like snack or something.
Yeah, all falls under
I
heartbreak.
think it's all heartbreak. Like for years, that's like that is torture to like literally be caught up on someone for years.
Yeah.
Like
or to like lose somebody. Yeah, it's
That's
all.
the second one I was thinking.
Yeah,
And that's all the heartbreak. So.
God.
Of. Damn. this
Okay,
is
well, that was
Your, whose turn? Your turn.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Dare I do 3?
Sure.
Okay, if this is some shit where we have to write to our inner child, like we discussed,
We're gonna skip it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, when this game is over, what will you remember about me?
That laugh right there.
Sound frequency.
Did you hear that? I was like, are we getting frequency feedback in our headphones right now?
Okay, I want to hear these answers.
That
I'm
laugh.
like, you're gonna. Okay, that laugh. Okay.
What will you remember about me?
I mean, we'll see each other. We're not strangers, though. Oh, should we? It's okay.
Answer it about me.
Okay.
You answer that.
Oh, I just did.
Oh, the
Her
laugh?
Yeah. Okay. Well, your turn now.
All right. Do I seem like a cat or a dog person?
Oh, that's lame. But
I think
honestly,
Cat.
like I feel like a little cat.
cat.
Yeah,
Because you're too busy to have a dog.
I'm a dog person
Oh,
for sure.
I
I
don't
wish
know.
I had a dog.
I
Like,
can just see.
I am too busy to have a dog, but like that's what I
But
want.
you would.
so
Okay.
bad.
Okay.
I can just see a little prissy little cat walking around that penthouse.
My sister that I lived with for like 3 years, she had a cat that was like prissy as fuck. He knew he was the shit. Like he just knew.
Yeah, they kind of all do. So okay, doing the 3.
Okay, wait. Play a round of rock, paper, scissors. Winner can ask their partner anything.
We have partners.
Partners?
Y'all,
Should we skip it?
I think this is a skip situation.
But maybe I could have asked you some. You know?
Unless you want to know something.
I don't know.
What answer of mine made you light up?
We only answered one thing.
Drinking. Just one.
Okay, maybe I don't do.
Good. I think
I think I got the one good 3-1.
Let me go level 2. Okay. What title would you give this chapter in your life?
Oh.
Are we all answering this, or is this just me?
I can answer.
I'm like looking over.
He's like looking at us like
This is like a little
What is
clusterfuck.
this chapter?
I'm looking at you to go.
Fuck. What is this one?
I think, it's been a repeating word for me. As stupid as the sound, but it's not. It's freedom in a lot of different ways.
I like that.
Yeah, like freedom, like physically, freedom of relationships, freedom of speech, like freedom of like who I am. Like I'm really like taking these limitations that I've always had on myself off. Like this podcast and being so like open and vulnerable and like speaking on the things I do now, like psychedelics and sex. That's a level of freedom to me. I just becoming the person. It's freedom. Becoming the person I want to be.
Cute.
I like that.
Yeah.
I feel like mine would be like evolution to a degree.
Yeah.
Like this
I can relate to
definitely
that.
is like a period of like heavy evolving and changing and
Yeah.
transitioning and all that.
Yeah.
Considering like the last 10 plus years were just like solid of just go in the entertainment world, and now it's just like, okay, time to relax and take some time to evolve and figure out what's next.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like that's like true for a lot of people, especially like
this
given
year.
this year, the last year and a half that we've had.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like that would be mine in a sense of like also like transforming kind of in the sense, but it except mine's been so solid, and now I'm like this just in a year, a year, moved cities, took on 2-3 other businesses, like became single and like all these things, and like now actually being so self-aware and so happy, but like but also like in different ways.
What's your word? What is your word?
I said like I was like evolving, transforming. But that's transforming. Yeah.
I was about to say your word is yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. The year of yes. Oh, I love it. The year of yes. Oh my God. Okay.
Okay, your turn.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, I want juicier questions, but it's fine.
Okay, but I like that. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, okay. Admit something.
Ooh.
Admit something.
I don't even know what I can admit. Like what?
Like what does that mean?
Because
like just say something that no one really knows about.
Just something I lie about,
or just something that you're not like 100% proud of.
Oh.
She's like, oh.
Oh no.
I'm gonna let you go first, Lacey.
I wish I had something like right on the spot.
Something that I'm not proud of.
I think
Does it have to be that?
kind of like what I've been going through the past month is just I've been really like heavily focused on acting, and it's not something I talk about really too much like on my social media. Like it's been pretty private for the most part. But I guess like I admit that like that's like something I'm like really passionate about right now, and I've never felt so passionate about something ever. Like I have never like had this kind of like drive and fire or like want. It's weird because I'm like coming home from set and I'm like doing so much research, and I've never done that before. So I think like something I can admit is like, I guess I don't really know. I want something juicier, but like I admit that I don't know how to word this.
Is this like a new,
wholesome?
I guess.
Okay, we're going that route. Okay.
I admit that I just want that so bad. Like I think more than I let on because I'm scared of failure. Like, and so if I'm like pretty public about it and it doesn't work out, I think that's harder, you know? So, but I'm more chill about, nobody knows how much I want it. Yeah.
Okay.
God.
Cute. Okay. So nothing that is that you're not proud of? What about social media?
Oh.
You ain't sure?
Well, I mean, this week I actually found my America's Next Top Model audition.
Oh shit!
It was bad.
Can we play 10 seconds?
You know, okay. Here's my admission. I just figured that out about you.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
literally after I posted the trailer thing, I had no idea about like
Yeah.
anything about you other than that you modeled and that everything that we talked about over coffee.
Wow.
And then somebody like recognized you from that, and they put the acronym.
ANTM.
Yeah, and I was like, what the hell is that? And I looked it up. I'm like, oh shit. She a model.
She do that.
She do that then.
Yeah.
That's cool that some people don't know that.
Yeah, I know. I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess another.
I didn't do my research before she came on the podcast.
It's total. I actually really
don't
like
do-
that you didn't identify me with that.
We don't really do a lot of research.
Well, I mean, I knew
sometimes
you model just because like I could see your Instagram, and I could see, Max shot you. And
Well, I just don't want to be Lacey from ANTM forever. That would be sad if
now
I'm
it
like
makes
riding
sense,
that
'cause
wave
you
for
said
literally
that.
6 years.
Yeah.
on the podcast, you said something like
Yeah.
along those lines, and
Yeah.
now it like really makes sense to me. So
Yeah.
That's good.
that's my admission of guilt.
I don't feel like I have anything like guilty.
Yeah, I don't know that there's really nothing that I'm ashamed of.
I got my first hickey for the first time on Saturday, but I'm not ashamed of that.
First one.
Look, can you kind of see it? There's makeup on it. It's like
do see
intense.
it.
This has been several days.
I do see it.
So I mean, I'm not ashamed of that, but it is kind of trashy. So
No, it's hot.
So there you go.
What high school did this kid go to?
No, I mean, it was really great. So, but I just didn't know that that's what happened. So I didn't tell him to stop. But I was doing it too. I was like, I guess this is just what we're doing. So yeah, it's a whole new world for me. Anyway,
Whose turn?
It's
Should we
my
do
turn.
like a couple more rounds?
let's do a couple more rounds and then we'll wrap it up.
Let's do it. If you have, when was the moment that you realized you weren't invincible?
Okay.
Shit. This is like.
I kind of feel like I am. Well,
Oh man.
I can answer that.
okay.
I feel like it was when my fiance left, because it brings your ego all the way down when someone that you never thought would leaves. And it allows you just don't feel like your perfect world that you've created is not perfect anymore. So you aren't invincible. But in those moments, I'm not saying like forever, it just made me the time I was like, oh, this world that I've created for myself that is this perfect bubble, like with work, friends, family, love life, all this stuff is gone. So now I'm glad that happened now, because like now I do feel invincible, because I'm like, my work's the best it's ever been. I'm the best I've ever been. I don't need that anymore to feel the way that I felt. So, but in that moment, when anybody that you love and trust to not leave you leaves, that's when you feel you're not invincible anymore. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I see that. Their perspective is shifted. Isn't there like a level of like freedom that kind of comes with that though?
Oh yeah. I mean, so much, but it's
like when you accept that it's like not everything's perfect.
Yeah, and so that's kind of like what has come from that with all the change. It's just like, oh, like, that freedom is there. Now I'm not scared to lose somebody like that anymore. Like I'm not
as attached
and willing and able to make someone else be like create like that perfect world will now exist without someone making it perfect. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, like you contribute so much, like without you this world isn't perfect, it'll be perfect without. So now it's like, okay, I got this. But that was that moment.
Yeah.
Damn, this game.
I know this is
Like, okay.
I mean, I don't know if I have like a specific moment that like was like, because, you know, part of me, especially now, like practicing spirituality is like, I'm an infinite being that can attract all, you know.
But your ego's never been blown?
Well, that's what I was just about to say. Like, I just always know that, like, there's room for me to grow. Like, I always know that I am, like, could be wrong or I am wrong.
Right.
You know, I've always been, like, been more on, like, oh, my God, like, I'm so sorry. Or, like, you know, I'll always kind of be, like, let me check myself because, like, I don't think I'm ever really, I don't think I'm usually right.
Lacey's always good about calling herself out, and like, you know, she's like, I'm a dumbass. But
that's what I'm saying. Like, I just like, there's part of me that's like, I'm infinite and I'm powerful and I'm everything. But there's also part of me that's like, oh, like, no, like I also just know my place, if that makes sense. Or like, I don't think my ego is really inflamed.
I like that. That's like a good balance to have, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you should feel like invincible to a degree, but like also have enough like awareness to know that you're not really invincible. Like just because it helps manage like expectations, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and then,
being down to earth enough to like realize like, oh shit, wait.
And that just makes life more enjoyable when you have like, you know, that sort of perspective. You know, it's not that serious. It's not gonna go perfect. It's all right. Like everything's gonna be okay. We're gonna figure this shit out.
I've always been pretty open emotionally, I feel like. Like, I've never been like, oh, like, I got this. I've always been like,
y'all
need
came
help.
with some deep answers to this one. You know, my answer was gonna be like, I found out I wasn't invincible like literally at 3 years old when I drove my parents' car through my garage. I was like, yep.
That was so literal.
I'm not invincible.
Yep.
That doesn't work. You could get injured, Myles. I've been through so many like little injuries growing up. I was a little wild child.
But so you've never been you've never been like at your peak and then just like something happens aside from
I mean that like kind of has happened repeatedly like all throughout like my entrepreneurial journey or whatever you want to call it. It's just like, you know, you find out real quick.
Yeah.
Shit ain't gonna go the way you want it to go, and that nobody really gives a fuck about you. Like, the product speaks for itself, period. Like, you gotta deliver, and this is just the way it is. And, you know, you gotta take your ego out of it, you know? And, like, especially, like, when you first experience, like, success or any sort of, like, you know, maybe popularity or whatever, you know, you can see how, like, fickle that is and how surface level it is. It's not deep. So like as soon as you that's like, it's very important to figure that out soon, because otherwise you're going to get disappointed really heavy when it like smacks you in the face. So I kind of learned it little by little along the way, and then it just kind of became like
the thing
that just is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do one more round of questions.
Yeah, should this be my last?
Yeah.
This is my last. Oh.
We're about to drink.
No, what is a compliment you wish you received more frequently?
I hate compliments.
Yeah, I don't know. You know.
Oh my God, that was great.
I don't know specifically. I'll take like anything under the umbrella, but like I really like when people are attracted to my energy.
I was gonna say that.
Like, oh my gosh, I love your energy, or something like, I don't know, that just
we get that. We get that.
Right, I know, but like for me, being a model, especially with social media, it's like it's always been about beauty.
Yeah.
And so I really like when someone compliments like what's in my heart.
Yeah.
You know, like I want things that like can recognize what's inside, or my knowledge, or like my emotional intelligence. Like I really appreciate that, because like I I see it within myself, and I'm really proud to be like who I am, and I just don't think it's as acknowledged as much as I would want it to be.
See, I'm like the exact opposite, because like I wish that people would be like, oh, like, wow, you're so beautiful, and like I get more of like, you make me feel so comfortable. I love your energy. Like you're this online versus like you're the same person on like in person and online. Like, and so it's like opposite for me. So yeah, I mean, not that I give a fuck, but like it would be like, you know,
it's the opposite for me.
But, no. But, you know, it's the opposite for me. It's yeah. But yeah, so I can kind of relate, but in an opposite way.
Yeah. What about you?
One thing for me, it was when I was touring. It used to always bother me. Like I wish I had a little bit more like gratitude from some of the guys that I worked with. That was the only thing that used to bother me the most. But there's like some guys that are like totally great about it, like super, you know, complimentary or gracious or like, you know, thankful. You know, because not a lot of people kind of see the behind the scenes, and it used to drive me crazy. It's like, man, y'all don't even know, like, how many sleepless nights I've had to make this thing happen, and now you're complaining about this little thing. I just like, that was like one thing that used to bother me a lot, but now it's all good.
Cute.
Damn.
Like, say thank you. Okay, let's see. Should I do 2 or 3? Okay, I'm going to do 2. I feel like 2's been pretty solid, right?
Two's been pretty solid.
Okay. When you this is lame. When you're asked, how are you? How often do you answer truthfully?
It's like literally so...
Depends on who I'm talking to.
It's like literally so robotic. It's like, good, how are you?
Yeah, I think we rarely answer that super truthfully. Unless you're like with your best like friend.
Even if Stephanie would ask me, how are you? I think I would be taken back.
What?
Well,
no, you're like, what? No, you're like, well, like, yeah, I do the same to you. You're like, I mean,
well, like, I think you ask it differently. How are you?
So it has to be, how are you?
I don't know. But you know what I mean? When people are like, hey, like, how are you? And you're like, good, how are you?
Sometimes
and it's
I'm
like, it's in that voice, too.
Yeah.
It's like a higher.
Oh, okay, like in like a passing situation. Like, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm like, good. But if my friends ask me, I'm like, guess what they did? You know, like, I always unload.
Yeah, I guess I just never really asked my closest friend. Well, maybe it's like, I would be like, how are you doing?
Oh, yeah, because you usually know how they're doing.
Or it's like, how does that make you feel? Mm-hmm. Rather than just like, I would never, I don't think, be like, hey, Steph, how are you?
We talk so much that I like feel like I just know how you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think
But in passing, it doesn't feel right to just answer honestly, because in passing it's like I don't know, it's like
it's almost they're asking without the intention of like getting the truth
right. It's just like a courteous robotic thing. Because like could you imagine,
they're like, don't actually tell me.
Could you imagine just completely emotionally dumping on like a stranger and be like, well, like
the Starbucks cashier is like, hey, how are you? What can I get you to drink? Well, first let's answer the how are you part, and then I give you my drink.
Like, oh, like damn. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I feel like, if I'm being completely honest, I don't really answer that 100% truthfully almost ever.
What? Oh, okay.
I don't.
As a Pisces, wow, I'm shocked.
But, well, to certain people, it's like almost, is there anything that you could actually do about this that I'm dealing with? Or am I telling you just to tell you? Right.
I always tell because I need advice on what to do.
Do you not like asking for help?
No, I if you can help me, or if I think you can help me, I have no problem asking for help. Okay. But it's like I'd rather not worry you if I don't have to.
Oh, okay.
Like my parents will never hear the truth about how I am. Like they'll always hear, you know. But like that's just to be honest, just because they worry a lot, and I know that even there's no point, because this is just something that I have to deal with. And don't worry, like I'm going to figure it out. But if I freak you out, it's gonna
freak you out. Okay.
Is that more common in men, do you think? Because like men are like the stable providers.
Okay,
like
yeah, we don't want to. Well, yeah, that's part of it. Like part of the ego. Mm-hmm. Like we don't want to admit that we're struggling with something, but also it's like I don't want to freak you out. Like, I want to protect your emotions to a degree. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna freak you out for no reason. If you can't do anything, if you can't like genuinely help me, there's be no point of me telling. You know what I mean? That's how I think about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
My best friend will never tell me what's wrong, and it's like when I can tell when his energy is off. And I like spill my guts. He helps me with everything, and I'm like, so like whatever. I can't do that favor in return. He will never like let me know like what's wrong with him. I'm like, tell me.
Some people they just won't. I don't get it. I never will do that.
Maybe
I'm always just like super open. But
I will word vomit respectfully.
Oh my God, Lacey's been wanting to say that. Okay, well, I feel like
It's time to wrap
it's
it
time
up.
to wrap this up. But before we go, we have 3 questions we want to ask you that have nothing to do with this.
Okay.
What is your favorite way to cook or eat a potato?
Baked potatoes.
So
Wow,
fast with
you
the
were
answer.
like, I think most people are like, oh my God, potatoes are so good.
and then they like have to think about it for a second.
But
and then,
baked
yeah.
potatoes,
Baked,
solid.
Yes.
Yeah.
That used to be like my go-to like kind of thing to do when I was a kid. Just easy baked potato.
So good. Yeah, I used to do that.
Okay, so if you could be the best at any Olympic sport, summer or winter, which one would it be?
Olympic sport. Mm-hmm. Well, I was a wrestler in high school, so I feel like I have to go with wrestling.
Okay, damn, that's good. No one said that yet. But
Yeah,
also, we
wow.
have pretty much women on, so yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. We've never.
What did the narcissist guy say?
Damn.
No, he's he's a diagnosed.
yeah.
It's a whole thing. Yeah.
The whole episode was about narcissism.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
I didn't just like call him that. Okay, we got one more question.
Would you rather trip psychedelics in the desert or smoke weed on the beach? Weed.
Shoot. I would actually do the psychedelics in the desert because I haven't done that.
Oh,
yet.
nice. Okay.
But a buddy's birthday is coming up in a couple weeks, and he's having it in Joshua Tree.
Oh, wow.
That would be a good
So-
time.
Make sure
An
you trust
opportunity.
the environment.
Yeah, definitely. This is a great group of people.
Yeah, that would be a good experience. Okay.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Joshua Tree?
Huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Bitch. I'm in. Yep. Anyway. Okay. Well, dang, this was fun.
I know. I
Got to know you a little bit more.
Yeah.
I
I thought there was gonna be way more like
Feelings.
fuckboy,
Oh.
like sex.
look. I really did too. So this
Next
episode
time.
was random. Yeah, I want to have a part 2 to the fuckboy thing. I'm gonna gather some questions.
That's more up my alley. I feel like too.
God damn it.
That's all good.
I was ready for that, and then we kind of did it, and then played a game. So
It's all good. I was just going with the flow, whatever y'all want to do.
honestly, this was great. I love how like fucking random this was. We need like a little like wild card episode in there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
I was like, I thought these were gonna be like fuckboy questions.
Damn! Oh my god, a fuckboy game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wish they were juicier, but it's fine.
Yeah, these were deep. I was like, damn, getting into my like, mental past and
your inner child.
my inner child.
Like this is a really popular game, and I'm like low key disappointed. I think it's a little overrated for me.
Yeah, yeah, I'm pissed. To be honest. Okay. Well, wait. So, where can our listeners find you?
Well, I do a weekly podcast. It's at the Strip Down Podcast, and that's on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere. And then also my personal page, which is Myles Hass, MYLESHASS.
And we'll tag him.
Yeah,
I've been saying Haas.
Haas, Hass,
Ass.
Miles Hass.
Myles Hass.
Okay. Well, dang. Thanks for coming on and doing this random as fuck
Thank
episode.
y'all for having me. It was fun.
Yeah, this was good.
I'm gonna have to get y'all both
Yes.
next time we do a podcast.
I want to do
episode.
that.
Yeah, we'll come up with like a specific topic that we can
And we'll
dive in
stick
on.
with it, and we won't make it 2 things in one. So yeah.
No, we could. It was still fun.
Yeah.
We learned a lot more about each other.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the episode. Please let us know what you thought. Give us your perspective and what you are maybe interested in hearing next.
Give us some questions to Ask a Fuckboy.
Yeah. If you made it to the motherfucking end, let us know what you want to know from a reformed fuckboy. Like, what is going on in the man's brain?
And if you made it to the end, tell us, because maybe you'll get a fucking prize. I want to know who makes it to the end.
Maybe we'll
maybe we'll give you a little something.
I was about to say, maybe we'll send you some weed, but
anyway,
maybe
okay.
that's illegal.
Mailing drugs. Okay. Anyway, thank you guys for listening.
You can find us at Oh Here We Go on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. You can watch the episodes on YouTube. You can find us on Stephanie and I on Instagram at the Lacey Claire or Stephanie Parsley. Honestly, you can just figure it out yourself.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Well, anyways, that's it.
Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you.